Welcome to InsidePTI, weekly videos designed to get you the trial results you want, agronomy explanations you need, and insights that will set you up for success this season. Today we're going to talk about granulated livestock manure. And I know that may sound a little strange, but at the PTI farm, we're looking at ways, I really want to bring manure in, livestock manure to the farm to help build soil health and get that extra fertility that we're wanting. A lot of the high yield guys have been using manure for years and years and years. I don't know that I have easy access to manure at the PTI farm, so we've been looking at ways to maybe find some alternative sources. Now, I'd love to have livestock at the farm. Here's the various forms of manure that I'd love to apply at the PTI farm, whether it's poultry manure, hog manure, or dairy manure. Either way, would love to, or even cattle in general, would love to have the new manure on the farm, but logistics has just been tough. And I guess I think of, manure application as being somewhat difficult as well. Getting even application and managing all of the liquid or the dry product, it can be somewhat challenging. I remember my days as a kid loading the manure spreaders up and going out and spreading, and it seems like you only spread what's closest to the house during the winter because it's cold and things like that. So application is somewhat of a challenge. One other challenge we have at the PTI farm is we have a hotel on the farm. It's a Hampton Inn hotel right near us at the PTI farm. So you can imagine me bringing in manure, a ton of manure, and spreading it all around this hotel where 80 people stand there. Would just love the smell of it, right? So we're looking at alternative ways to get manure and some of the benefits from it, but it's been somewhat of a challenge. Now, one of the things that we've been looking at is Terra Nu technology, okay? And this is from Midwest BioAg. And this is a granulated dairy manure digestate. And it's got an analysis of 333 with 7 on the sulfur side. It's got magnesium, calcium, boron, copper, iron, manganese, and zinc. So it's a well-rounded fertility formula, and I really like this situation. But it is a granulated dairy manure digestate. And so again, with manure, we're trying to revitalize soil in some cases, compaction, things like that. We're trying to enhance soil fertility, but at the same time, we're looking at an easy application. Call me lazy if you want, but I want an easy way to apply it so it's even and consistent. And at the end of the game, we just want healthier soils, and that could hopefully offer us high yields and more profitability. So this granulated dairy manure digestate, this Terra Nu, it's technology produced by U.S. farmers for U.S. farmers. Kind of when you look at the sustainability of it, this is coming from corn that's been fed to dairy cattle. It actually comes from Fair Oaks Farms out in Indiana, so a large dairy farm. So they're feeding their cows, they're taking the manure and making it into a granulated digestate. Okay. And so, we're going to take crops grown and harvested. We're going to feed it to the dairy cows. They're going to collect that manure, and it's going to go through a digesting process. We're going to take the water out of it, and then it's going to be blended, dried, and granulated, and then ultimately spread on the farm. So I've got some of the Terra Nu granulated manure digestate here with us today, and I thought I'd just show you what the product looks like, because remember what I talked about with easy application? I'm very interested in this. I'm interested in being in town next to the hotel. What does it smell like? And this thing really, you'd never know this was actually dairy manure, but I'm just going to pour this out on the table and let you see what this product looks like. So I just have a mason jar, just a quart mason jar of this product, but a lot of folks would say it looks like diammonium phosphate. It's almost pelletized, granulated, and easy to spread. I asked the folks that make Terra Nu, Midwest BioAg, what the density is of this product, and they said it's 47, so a little bit lighter than traditional fertilizers, but nonetheless, we can spread this. We can put this through a spinner truck, and this will spread just fine. So smell, virtually no smell at all. You'd never guess that this is actually dairy manure, but this is what we're putting on the farm as an alternative source to traditional fertilizers, again, hoping that we can build soil health and add some extra fertility for our trials. let's take a look at some data. So we were able to test Terra Nu on the farm for the first time in 2019 in corn. And right year one here, we're seeing yield increases of 12.3 bushel to the acre by applying 50 pounds of the Terra Nu micro pack. There's different forms of Terra Nu. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But this is the micro pack product that we applied in 2019. That 12 bushel yield response led to $15 per acre net profit. Now remember, we have the ability to spread this evenly. We know what the cost is of this, and we can do a fertilizer reallocation program. What do I mean by that? We've talked about this a lot if you're familiar with PTI. But we know what the cost of this product is. For 50 pounds, it's about $30 an acre. And so we will actually remove $30 an acre from our typical dry program of DAP and potash in the fall to account for this going on. Okay, so it's reallocating the fertilizer. We don't want to double spend on fertilizer dollars, and we don't want to put any more nutrients on than we have to. That's not environmentally friendly. So reallocating gets the job done agronomically and also gets the job done environmentally as well. But with the fertilizer reallocation, we're at a $15 net profit from this Terra Nu micro pack. Now, I mentioned there's different forms of this that you can actually apply. This was the micro pack that we applied, the green in the middle of the screen right here, and you can see the guaranteed analysis of it. We already talked about that. But they also have a calcium product, which is going to be a calcium sulfur boron product. And then there's an Ignite product that we're using in some of our high yield trials in 2020. So a lot more micronutrients in this blend. It's called Terra Nu Ignite. So today's Inside PTI agronomy tip of the day is livestock manure can be a great way to help build soil health, increase organic matter, and add some excellent fertility. At the PTI farm, we are just trying to evaluate some alternative ways to get access to manure, but in a way that's easier to handle and to apply than past traditional manures. For more information or questions, feel free to reach out to any Precision Planting Premier dealer, or you can email us at InsidePTI@precisionplanting.com. We'll see you on the next episode of Inside PTI. In the meantime, thanks for watching.